Hey, it's Evie, welcome to my channel. Sorry, it's been over a week since I last posted, but last week was just a bit crazy and I didn't get around to it. Today's video, it's requested. I've had quite a few people email me this question. I'd say it's requested as such, but because I've had so many questions regarding it, I thought it was key to make a video about it. If we let go of our desire, if we detach from it and we are not so attached, does that not mean that we just don't want it so much, so that when it comes to us we really don't have that huge desire for it anymore and we're a bit like, yeah, whatever? And doesn't that completely lose the point? We're trying to manifest something that we really, really want. So can I just put this into perspective for you? So let's say at the moment you are really, really attached to something that you want. Probably it's a person, a specific person if you're here, but it can be anything. You're very attached to it. You know that you're attached. When you think about it, you feel it here. You feel that attachment. It doesn't necessarily have to be there, but that's how I feel it. I can tell when I'm attached and I have a feeling there. But that's just me. I'm a bit weird, so you might be completely different. But you know when you're attached, don't you? We all know when we are attached. So what that attachment is not your desire. That is not your desire. That is something completely different. That is your lack, basically. Your lack of the thing that you want. So wouldn't it be lovely to get rid of that and just not have that feeling anymore? To just know that you would feel free. When that attachment goes, you just have this freeing feeling, and you then lose the necessity to have that particular thing that you want now. You just do, because you're getting on with your life, you're doing other things that you enjoy doing, and you're not constantly obsessing about this one thing. Sorry, it started to rain now and next door making a noise, so I do apologise if you can hear that. But it's not doing you any good, is it? At the moment, it's not doing you any good. You may not be completely sort of screwed up over it and sad and all of that. You don't have to be like that to be attached, but attachment is unhealthy. In the long term, it's fine. When you're trying to manifest, you're always going to have some attachment, like I've said before, and the best thing is just to live with it, and then it will go naturally. But let's say that you have this feeling 3 years down the line. That's not healthy. That's not good for you. And I'll tell you the reason that you might have had this for a very, very long time. Let's say I'm talking to you now, one of you, or some of you have felt like this for over a year. That's a long time, isn't it? Probably the reason that you felt like that is because you have been trying to manifest somebody or something into your life for that amount of time. So you have been trying various different techniques, looking at various videos and thinking, oh, well, that thing that I did didn't work, so now I'm going to try this. So you have been trying to manifest them in all of that time, and that is why you're still attached, because that is not the best way to go. It really isn't. The best way to manifest is just to get on with other things, get on with life and let that be until that attachment feeling has gone, and then you will manifest. Every single time, I guarantee you, you will manifest, because that's how this works, and that's how I've experienced it over the last 4.5 years now. So I only go by my own experience. So what happens when you lose that attachment? Do you lose your desire? No, and you don't. And the best way to test it is to think to yourself, if that thing came along now, if I got offered it, I got offered that job, or that my ex came back to me now, how would I feel? Would I want it? And you will probably get a resounding yes. You would take it if it came along. But if it didn't, then you're perfectly all right. That's what detachment is, and that's perfect, isn't it? How can there be anything wrong with that feeling? It's freeing for you. It will make you feel good. Attachment doesn't make you feel particularly good. The thing is, you can be going about with attachment, still getting on with your day, but it just being there. It's a bit like, I call it a lead weight. It might not be that heavy for you, but it's within you. It's there. So when I get emails from people saying, I don't think I'm attached anymore, so why hasn't it manifested? Well, you are. There is attachment there, because if there wasn't, you wouldn't be asking why hadn't it manifested. And if you're really honest with yourself and you stop to feel it, you will be able to feel that attachment. You might well be going about your day and really not think about it that much, but if that attachment is still there, it doesn't make any difference, and you will know. And sometimes you don't just know, you do have to sit there and think, do I? And then you can feel it and you know. So attachment in any way, shape or form, when it goes on and on and on, is not healthy. But at the start, when you're trying to manifest something, it is healthy. It's perfectly natural to feel attached to something that we really, really want. We're all human beings. that's what happens. But it does not mean once that attachment releases, doesn't mean we don't want it. We haven't lost the desire. We've lost that sort of that feeling of needing and that lack feeling. We've lost that. And that's all we've lost. And actually that's quite intense. And you can mistake that for desire, but it really isn't. It's something completely different, part of your desire to start with, and then when it goes, you feel better. I mean, you cannot feel worse, can you? You're not, by letting go of attachment, all you're doing is just getting on with your life and doing all of the other things that you enjoy doing. So your life you become more fulfilled doing the other things that you like doing that you haven't done for a long time because you've been too hung up on this one thing. So don't be scared of losing attachment. Don't think of losing attachment as losing your desire. Two completely separate things, honestly, really. And there is nothing bad that can come of letting go or releasing that slightly, or allowing the idea of releasing if you're not quite ready to let it go yet, because it's all about you. And if you inside you're not quite ready to let go, that's fine too. But don't let this go on and on and on, because I am not kidding you could get stuck for years like this, especially where people are concerned. You really want someone back and you're too scared to allow yourself to detach, to allow the possibility of detachment in case you don't have that desire anymore, and you don't want to lose that desire because you don't want to lose that person. But then you get so messed up inside and it becomes your be all and end all, and nothing else has any significance whatsoever in your life, and that is not good for you. So no, releasing attachment does not mean releasing desire. You still have that desire. When you think about it, you feel it there, but it's not overwhelming and it's not taking over your life, and you are having fun with other people, doing other things. I'm not saying go out and date other people, but you can do whatever you like. It will not affect that manifestation, absolutely won't. If you still have the desire there and you've put out that momentum beforehand, it's coming. It's coming to you, and that is that. And ain't nothing gonna stop it unless you counteract it with something else. And then again, if you do meet somebody else along the way, then it's your choice, isn't it? But that person will still come back to you. They just will. So there is nothing negative that comes from releasing attachment. And I know releasing attachment isn't that easy. So as I've stated before, I don't suggest that you try to release attachment. I just suggest that you accept that it's okay to release attachment. It's okay. When the time is right and it starts to release, that's okay. Don't panic then and think, I'm losing that desire, and bring it all back again. Because when you start releasing, you will feel free. Regardless of anything else, you will feel free. Only good can come of that. So I really hope that was useful information. I've been doing this for a long time, and I still have my moments. I still have my stuck moments, but I always accept detachment. I love the feeling of detachment, of just not being that bothered at the moment, just getting on with my life. And when it comes along, it's amazing and I accept it with open arms, but I'm not stressing about it, and I am not constantly going around with this knotted feeling inside of me, or a feeling of not having. So it's positive. It's a positive, but don't push it. Never push detachment. You can't. It's something that comes naturally, but just allow the idea of detachment. Don't think that's your desire, because it's not. If you are a subscribed member on my website, thank you so much. There's quite a few of you now, and I am in the process of sorting out a forum, interactive wish list, and a mood graph, so that every day you can log your mood, and then you see that over a week or so of a graph, and you can sort of pinpoint, I was really happy then for, and that was quite steady, what was going on then, and that kind of thing. I've just been asking people what would be useful, and there'll be other things added, and of course there's always the modules every Sunday that are added, and you can talk to me. I've been talking to a lot of you, which is lovely, because that's what it's all about. It is actually a coaching tool. It's not just a, do these modules at home. It is a coaching tool, and I want to hear from you. So that's been brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody that has bought my books, either of my books, and bought Get Back With Your Ex, because that continues to sell every single day, and I'm really grateful for you guys for buying that. I really, really am. I just, from the feedback I'm getting, it has been really useful, so that's brilliant. Anyway, that's me. I think this will probably be me for the week, if I'm honest, because I have got so much going on, and as much as I would love to get 2 videos out a week to you guys, I don't think I can do it. I just don't think time will allow me to do it. I've got a lot of other stuff going on. If I can, I will. If I get to some point in this week when I have some spare time, I will get another one out, because I've got loads of stuff to talk to you guys about. So, if I get the chance, then I'll probably stick some random ones out there. But if not, definitely next weekend.